Hey besties, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video setup is a bit different. I am sitting down, the background is completely different. I am not walking around the house, which can only mean that today's video is an information sharing video, one that I'm super excited to share with you guys. So please go ahead and share it with your friends, family, neighbor, with just about every single person who this video might be relevant to, who might actually find this video helpful. I'm sure you can already tell by the title of this video that today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 8 powerful tips of what to look out for before you start your baby on solids. So how you will be able to know that your baby is ready to start munching up on solids.
Each time I make a memory, then I'll try to make it with you.
Having a baby is pretty much the most exciting thing ever. It's the most incredibly amazing journey. There are so many milestones that you hit with your baby, that you watch your baby hit, and it's all very exciting. But when you're a mom who has had a baby who has started solids, I'm sure you will agree with me when I say the most exciting milestone of all is starting your baby on solids. Watching your baby eat food for the first time, it's just about everything. As exciting as this is, it also brings up a whole lot of questions, like how do I know that my baby is ready for solids? How do I tell that he or she is ready? Am I doing it right? Am I delaying my baby by waiting? Am I even ready as a mother to feed my baby solids? And what exactly am I supposed to look out for that's gonna tell me that my baby is ready for solids? You need to make sure that your baby is able to hold their head upright, and this is because when you're feeding your little one food, you want to put them on some sort of seat, either a floor seat or a high chair or whatever else that you choose to use when you're feeding your baby. Even if you put them on your lap, you want them to be able to have very good neck support and be able to hold their head upright. This one is completely related to age. It is recommended to never give your little one solids before they are 18 weeks of age. So you want to wait until they are at least 4 months of age. This is a little bit tricky when your little one is a preemie. You guys know my Nolly Bear is a preemie. She was born at 32 weeks, kicking and screaming. She did not want to wait for nobody. We tried anything and everything to stop her from coming that day, but she was like, there is just no way in hell I'm staying in here. I need to come meet my parents. And she did. When your little one is a preemie, it is recommended that you start solids a little bit earlier in terms of their age or how you calculate their age. So with preemie babies, you sort of look at their age in 2 parts. They are regular age, which is from the day they're born up until the day that you're calculating their age, and there's also the age from their due date to that day that you're calculating their due date. Basically, when you're starting a preemie baby on solids, you don't look at their age from their expected due date, you look at their date from the day they were born. So typically this is obviously gonna make it a little bit earlier when you're starting them with solids, when you look at it on their adjusted age. When you're pregnant, during that last month of pregnancy, from around 36 weeks or so, babies store up iron and zinc from a mom's body into their little bodies, and that's what helps sustain them during those first few months and weeks of life while they are getting ready to start solid. For preemie babies, it's not necessarily that sufficient just because they were born earlier than that. Then you need to start feeding them solids so that they can get that extra iron and zinc from the solid meals. This is not necessarily a train smash. It doesn't mean that your little one is not going to be happy and healthy. Discuss it with the baby's pediatrician, and they recommend that you start the baby on solids. Then sure enough, start solids. Make sure that your little one can actually swallow the food. The thing with little ones or babies is that because they are living off of liquids for pretty much their whole entire existence, from birth up till that point where you think they're ready for solids, they obviously don't know what chewing is. They don't know how to use their tongue to push food down their throats to swallow. To check this, basically you can look if your baby has lost their tongue thrust reflex. A tongue thrust reflex is something that pretty much protects our little ones from choking on anything. How you know that your baby has lost their tongue thrust or still has it is if you try to feed your little one food and they push it out with their tongue, they are not entirely ready for solids. Babies will push out just about anything that goes into their mouths if it's not milk. That's how they survive. It's a baby survival instinct. It's how they're able to not choke on anything. So you might want to also look out for that, because it can be so frustrating when you're trying to feed your baby and they keep pushing the food out with their tongues and you're thinking it's maybe not yummy, maybe they don't like it, maybe it's just gross, when in fact it's not even the case. They are not doing that to you on purpose, or they're not doing it because they don't like the food, even though sometimes it might be that they don't actually like whatever you're feeding them. More than half the time it is because they haven't lost their tongue thrust reflex, and so they're not able to get the food onto their tongues and into the back of their throats to swallow the food. This is something that I actually struggled with my Noli Bear. Everything was ticking the box except the tongue thrust reflex. I had to pump the brake on that one a little bit and actually let her lose that tongue thrust a little bit when baby shows signs of being interested in your food. This one is a pretty easy one. Literally, when you're sitting down on your dining table or on your couch or wherever it is you prefer to sit when you're eating, and you see your little one literally salivating while looking at your food, or even trying to reach for your food and grab whatever it is you're having, that's one big sign that you can use to tell if your little one is ready for solids. When your little one has doubled their birth weight. However, I would absolutely recommend that you use this one in conjunction with the little one's age. I had a chat with Noli Bear's pediatrician about this, and I said she obviously doubled her birth weight earlier than 18 weeks of age, and obviously it is not recommended that you start solids before 18 weeks of age. And he was like, no, wait until she is at least 4 months of age. So I'm saying this very cautiously because some babies gain weight gradually while other babies gain weight very quickly and very fast. So you can use it either way, one or the other. You can either look at the baby's weight or look at the baby's age, but be very conscious of not starting baby solids before they're 18 weeks of age, even though they might have doubled their birth weight by then. Your little one is hungrier than normal. Babies typically need about 8 to 10 feeds a day, whether you're breastfeeding or formula feeding. But when your baby shows signs of being hungry over and above the regular 8 to 10 feeds a day, then you might want to start some sort of routine to introduce solids to the baby. Make sure that you understand your baby well enough to identify the signs of them being hungry, so that you don't end up confusing hunger with needing something else, like maybe needing attention or maybe needing a nappy change. You want to be sure that you know what the baby's hunger cues are, so that you can be able to pick that up almost right away when it happens. Another thing that also supports this point, or another tip, is that if your baby suddenly wakes up in the middle of the night wanting to feed when in fact they used to sleep through the night. Typically babies that eat solids, especially before nighttime, they will sleep through the night depending on what routine you have bedded down, obviously. But babies typically would wake up in the night because they are hungry and they need something to eat or drink. That's basically my 8 powerful tips on how you can tell that your little one is ready for solids. There are probably many other signs out there. Let me know. Again, go ahead and share this video with your friends, with your family members, and anybody who this video might be applicable to. I'm very sorry for the crazy background noise, for the crazy lighting. The way that my life is set up right now is a little bit crazy, honestly, you besties. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I am making do with what I have. In fact, I might end up making this whole video black and white because I feel like black and white is gonna be more interesting. I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comment section down below, how did you tell that your little one is ready for solids? Let's share, let's help another mom out there. And like I already said, please go ahead and share this video with your friends, your friends' family members, your neighbor, just about every single person that you might know that have kids, that is pregnant, that's gonna have babies, and all of that jazz. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thumbs it up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell next to the subscribe button. And until then, we'll catch you besties on our next video. Bye besties.